The ladder, we're going into the attic, and the ladder rails do not extend 100%. Only an idiot would climb up this ladder. Okay, we get up here and we start looking around, and wow, they filled all the holes. Amazing. Okay. Well, I like it when people do stuff right. Okay, we're farther up in the attic. Electric cables shouldn't be within several feet of the attic entrance. You shouldn't come up here and the first thing that you meet is an electric cable to get tangled up in. Alright, what we got here is a truss system. This is good. And we've got rock wool, which is a fiberglass, bat, and all the paper's gone off of it. It's about 3-4 inches. It's matted. See those little trails? See how they got those little dents running through there? People didn't make those trails. People did not make those trails. Little mices made those trails. Rodents, something else made those trails. Okay? We definitely have had an infestation in here. You can see all this plywood, and look, you got some stains from the water. You expect that. You got some delamination up here. Well, this is some pretty cheap plywood, and you're not supposed to use plywood. You're supposed to use OSB unless it gets pretty thick. If it gets pretty thick, you can use some plywood, but this is not thick plywood. This is why it felt like I was walking on a bed up there. It's what it feels like to me. See these white canister lights? Okay, insulation is not supposed to touch those. They're supposed to be installed inside of boxes, protecting them from the insulation. So that's just wrong. That's called wrong. That's what we call it. We're moving on along up here. We got some stuff. See those stains? Some of those might be from rain. You know what? It looks like it was made from a kitten. And it looks like it's a pretty big... Those are piss stains. That's what those are. Okay. Everybody's got to piss sometime. So, coming along here. This is not a walkway. That's not a safe walkway. This isn't a safe walkway for that matter. I'm not walking up through that walkway. I'm sorry. My reasonable... Okay, and the reasonable opinion of the home inspector is that that's not safe for pedestrian traffic. This is called a floating junction box and an open junction box. Check that out. Got that over there. See that? You want your electricity floating around like that? I don't want my electricity floating around like that. I sure don't. Some people might. See that gas pipe? This is a walkway, or supposed to be a walkway. I don't recommend that you use it. I recommend that you don't use it. But see the gas line going across there? Somebody's walking over here besides the rats. Ooh, there's some, man, that is some piss marks. Look at that. That's pretty incredible. It's almost artistic, these little rascals. Okay, I don't want people stepping on my gas piping. You want people stepping on your gas piping? A box should be built around that. If you're going to go crawling up in there, if that's what you're going to do, if that's on your agenda today, well, I guess I'll get down on my knees in here. I guess I'm doing laundry tonight, huh? Okay, checking this out. Bug bombs, look at all that. Now, we've added this insulation. Oh, we don't have enough insulation. Let's add some more. No, all this insulation should have been taken out. It should have been taken out, and then new insulation, clean insulation, should have been put in so that it meets current energy codes. You don't know what that is. You don't know what that is. And because I'm seeing fluffy sides, I don't know if there's a vapor barrier under there. Yeah, it looks like it. Well, you know what that vapor barrier does? It barriers. Oh, my vapor barriers. That's what they do, those vapor barriers. Well, then that means that any moisture that gets past there into that insulation, it means it's stuck next to my ceiling, doesn't it? Yep, sure does. It's doing what it was supposed to do. It's not installed the way it was supposed to be installed. Missing some bad insulation over here. That's why you got that big hot spot on the infrared images I'm about to share with you. Oh, and look at those skylights. They're beautiful. Beautiful and not insulated. Got some little water stains over there. Looks like it's been leaking some water. That's what it looks like. Oh, and there's a bathroom vent over there. Check that out. It vents into the attic. Okay. Well, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. This is the water heater flue, and it doesn't have any strapping on it. So that tape doesn't have any strapping on it. It's not properly supported in the attic. And this is the furnace flue, and just like it was in the other room, just like it was downstairs, we got tape on it. It's supposed to be mechanically fastened. It's not doing that. What do we got over here? More water stains. Well, don't you love it? The way the heat just kind of burns it in there, you know? No. There's supposed to be a gap there. And all this corrosion is probably coming out of here. Look at the way it's dripping back down. The furnace looked pretty good. You're gonna see. I mean, it looked. But something's going on with your heat exchanger. Something's going on because all the moisture from inside the house is escaping out through this vent pipe and causing all this corrosion. So we got a problem. We do have a problem. What else? Can you think of something else, bud? Can you leave the mice alone, bud? Just talk about something nice for a change. All these extension cords, I could talk about that. Missing insulation over there, I could talk about that. But it's, you know, and the beauty of a truss system is that they're relatively straightforward. You know, they didn't have to rely on a drunk out here hammering them together. And look down there. Can I get brighter? I can. Look at you. Oh my goodness. See that box? See that box down there? I'm going to be asking about it in a later video, because it would be, by process of elimination, it'd be reasonable to assume that's a junction box where all the copper wires tie in and go out to the main load center. So, can you get to those? Not very well. Not accessible at all. There should be a walkway to it. Since that is a gang junction box, that should be serviceable. That should be accessible. Doesn't look serviceable or accessible to me. Looks like it's way down there. I pity the guy that got tricked into going down there to work on it. A nice walkway would, you know, help a lot.